can't even hear me.
Oh, that's usually the one we play at the end.
Look at him. He's already Ivy.
But I guess we'll play that at the beginning as we get ready to do this one time.
Hey. Oh.
There's no better way to start this episode tonight. Let's go around the room. There's no better way to start this.
Out of the world.
My name is
Name is
I'm
the
the
owner
owner of the building. And I'm chilling with two bitches like Jack. I pimps and I Mac, drive a Benz and a lag. And I've been in the back with the groupies in the store.
What's up, Big Dante?
I've been on the yard with the Mexican mafia. And I only run with niggas that are killing Dafia.
I'm popular,
I'm a rap star,
but I live like a rock star, running from the cop cars.
Rock bars from slaps that knock hard. And I charge for this dick extra large.
I'm sicker than SARS, higher than Mars, and I treat my bitch like an ATM card. I'm in the building and I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling myself. I'm in the building and I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling myself.
I'm in the building and I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling myself. I'm in the building and I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling myself.
All right.
She's in the building.
All right, that's a good way
herself.
to start tonight.
Oh my gosh.
Because I'm in the building and I'm feeling myself. And welcome to the Hella Years podcast.
I was about to go, yeah.
And we're about to give it up tonight for our friend, the late great Mac Dre.
Mac Drizzy, bro.
Oh man, Thizzelle Washington, Mr. Furley.
Bro, that's my
Andre Hicks, man.
Yeah, bro.
Filet, how you feeling tonight,
Man,
bro?
Feeling good, bro. Bro, Mac Dre, bro.
Yeah.
Bro. Mac Dre, bro. Mac Dre, bro.
Mac Dre.
I'm happy, bro.
Maintain, how you feeling tonight, brother?
Oh, wait, hold on. Fuck that.
Oh, hold on.
Oh, you thought I was playing? Delivery.
What you
Oh,
rocking,
okay.
Filet?
Oh, that privilege thing. Yeah, that I mean.
Hold on, man. Hold on. All right, everybody crack one. Give it up. Mac Dre.
Mac Dre.
We drink hand like it ain't shit,
Yeah,
y'all.
that I mean.
That's nothing.
That privilege thing. Yeah, that I mean. And guess what? I don't even fuck with Hennessy no more. So
Hey, tonight-
you know it's special.
Let me have just a little priv.
Yeah, a
though.
little priv. That priv go down
Yeah,
slow.
that I mean. We gotta
That
have a little
priv.
priv one time.
Yeah, that priv. Yeah, that I mean. That priv. That
Like
privilege
they don't
thing.
smoke woods no more, so I'm gonna keep these backwoods going for further
Yeah, keep
tonight.
them woods lit.
Maintain, you smoking on backwoods tonight?
Just one. I'm not gonna lie. We're not gonna smoke
Okay,
another back.
word.
You got to do it.
Gotta smoke
I
one.
remember the first time smoked with Mac Dre, and I busted a swisher out, and he was like, "Oops, we don't smoke swishers, bro. We smoke backwoods." I didn't know what the fuck a backwood was.
Yeah, bro.
There it is, man.
Hey,
Oh
real
man, hold on,
Who's checking in with
What's the
us?
cat saying?
hold on a
who's checking
second,
in
man.
with
This
us,
is a
bro?
good thing because let's
Checking in
see.
with us.
Hold on, man.
Who's
I
with
gotta assign it. I gotta put him in the green room real quick, man. I gotta put him in the green room real quick, man, because my big bro Gary Archer just tapping in real quick, man, out there in the Bay Area one time.
Oh, he's the real one, bro.
Can you hear me, brother? Are you there?
What up? I'm here, young Zach. What's up, man? Big boots.
Yeah, what's up, man?
Yeah, Gary Archer's in the building.
Hey, let me set up my my 4-way camera real quick because I had it on the shoe cam right there, which is fire. But we
Fuck
gotta.
your shoes, bro.
Why you hating on my shoes, man?
You know we do that every week, bro.
All right, so we're gonna take
you
away
do
the
that
shoe
every
cam, and then we're gonna
Yes, I do.
bring Gary back in, man. There he is, right
What's
there.
up, G Arch?
G Arch in the
What up?
building, man. Hey, how you feeling, man? It's been a minute, dude. You look good. I love everything that you've been doing, man. I hate though on Monday nights because I work every Monday at the hospital. I don't get out till 7:30, and I feel like I miss so much of the fire. But for those of y'all that don't know, this the homie Gary Archer, the legend out in the Bay Area, man.
Yes,
Been
sir.
doing this for many moons, many decades.
Hella years.
A fixture when it comes to the Bay Area rap scene, the music, the culture, all of the above.
And
It's
a
just
dope
it's
ass person.
and a dope ass person right there. We're giving it up for Mac Dre tonight, Gary, and I know you got a lot of history with Dre, and I want to try to, tap in with a few people tonight. So I don't want to take too much of your time, but you spent a lot of time around the man and working with just everybody in the Bay. Your thoughts on Mac Dre when you just think about him and his legacy. You know, where do you start?
Man, just one of the super duper talents that was cut short. Um, he was one of the most famous, unfamous people on the planet. Like, we didn't realize that because we were a part of it, right? So we just knew that everywhere we went, people loved us, really loved Dre. And he was all about that inclusion, right? And that's certain artists understand that part of it. And Dre was special at inclusion, making sure people felt like they were included, no matter where they from, what demographic, what age, what race. It didn't matter to Dre. Dre was about love and having fun and all that kind of shit. Because he's anyone that was a part of the label at the time. We come from a street background, so all that shit was kind of behind us. And I remember it was everything changed that Dre said, man, I guess I got to do my Humpty Hump. I got to do my Humpty Hump. This Rompalacious shit's carrying too much heat. I'm gonna do this Thizz shit, and that's when Miami the Most made up the word Thizz. I don't know if even people know that. Miami the Most, man, made up Thizz. And but Mac Dre, man, just he wanted to build something for everyone to get rich. Like and very like at an early age, he was saying that like he wanted to be like Cash Money. He wanted everyone to have their own label, everyone to be self-sufficient. He wanted everyone to figure out how to put their own records out. Like he wanted to teach everyone how to actually do this. And he knew with numbers we could do it. At first it was just Vallejo, him and his friends. And then I think I hooked up with him around 2001. He pops up into Showcase magazine. That's when I was the editor with Frank, rest in peace, Frank Herrera, Showcase magazine. That was a big
Absolutely.
magazine out the Bay Area.
Yeah.
So Dre, at the time, we were the first people in the Bay Area to have like rap vehicles. So Showcase had rap vehicles, and
Yeah,
I think
I
at the
remember
time we
that.
had a,
Yeah.
I think at the time we had a Tech 9 truck, right? So Dre walks in, he's like, man, how do I get one of these trucks, Cuddy? What's up with these trucks? And he's like, I want a cover, right? And then Showcase was one of the first magazine to have two covers. So
Yeah, the front
magazine
and the
we
back
had-
side.
Yeah.
Oh, I
So
forgot
it-
about
it-
those. Yeah, it was like two magazines. In the middle, it would split and like flip over.
Yup.
So, so that way, he could give two covers away to the right people, right? So Dre said, I remember this, he was in Miami, Kilo walked in, he goes, man, I want both covers. Give me
Yeah.
both covers, man. He was like, and I remember Frank was like, man, we can't both covers. Like, what are we gonna do that for? And he's like, man, I'm motherfucking Mac Dre, right? And
Absolutely.
that was
motherfucking
that was
Dre.
one of the first times I got to be up and close with him, like candid, like just personality wise, right? And you just seen like the magic, just magical, right? He's just had something about him. And I try to say this about people try to figure out what's the it factor. Like, oh, someone got the it factor. I'm like, superstar shit is the way, it's not what the superstar does, it's the way they make you feel. And Dre always
Absolutely.
made you feel good and make you
Facts.
feel important, right? So like
Yeah.
that was real special about Dre. Like second, how talented he was and how far future he was. As we see his records get played today and his lyrics don't seem outdated or because he had his own language. So it seems like it
Right.
fits right in time. And I remember early we were like, we used to try to fit into the machine out there, right? And we used to go around and then we decided to say, you know what, we're gonna build our own museum for our own art and then take that around the country. And we started caravanning city to city and Andre Nicotina gave us the game to start hitting these smaller cities from
Right.
Sacramento's, the Chicos, to the Fresnos, to the Modestos, to the Visalias, to the all these up in Oregon and like Medfords and just Portland's and Kansas Cities and Denver's and they loved us, right? And just the way we attacked it was through the colleges. Like we started fucking with the fraternities, the weed smokers. Where the weed smokers at school? We go fuck with them, and they
Right.
always like, yo, come perform at the fraternity party or the sorority party, right? And that kind of put us on, like really put us
That's
on
dope.
and we were party animals, right? So we were killers that knew how to be party animals. It was crazy. Like it was a weird mix. Like we've always there's always some people with us that had a little bit more trying to do a little more than we were, if that makes any sense. But
I know what you mean.
he was just, like, if we understand at this time, Dre's fresh out of jail, right? Doing 5 years in the feds just for not saying anything, right? At that time, 100 people went to the feds under Thizz before romper room. Let's say that romper room.
A lot of people. A lot of people.
Not just the bank robberies, but a lot of shit. Like, people might not know, like, the feds rolled through Vallejo in garbage trucks for 3 months with videotapes, and they came and swept the whole crest. So like 100 people got shipped up. So when he got out of jail, that's when he was saying that we gotta put on a new persona. And the magic was, like I said earlier, when he said, I guess I got to do my Humpty Hump. Like, just like Shock G is like militant, Shock G, but Humpty Hump, he allowed to be Humpty Hump. So that's when Dre started taking on these personas and saying, I'm gonna do whole albums with these personas. Like, yo, I'm gonna do a whole, like, when he started doing Thizzelle Washington, the Ronald Reagans, the Ali Moves, and and he was like, yo, I'm gonna rock that, and theme albums. And it was like, and we had to deal up at Walt, where Walt was giving him $100,000 every time we turned a record in.
Okay.
So he was like, so he turning in records, two, 3 records at a time, 5 times a year. And this dude would go out and like spend a whole 100 on like the new 550 or the new Benz truck, and then and then he'd give his last car he got this to one of the Cuddies. Here, that's for you. Boom, and then he'd get a new one, right? And then it just keep going, bro. It's like a beasting. And
I remember he used to say that. He said, "I just spend money, dude. I don't give. I just spend money and make it back, man. He just spend money."
That's it, because and it was our job to figure out how to make it back, right? But like I said, it all started with some friends trying to just rap it. You know what I mean? And then it turned into like, fuck, they like us. Oh shit, we gotta. And then Mac Mall's really what set it off, right? When everyone was in jail and Mac Mall blew up, they were like, bro, that's the young Cuddy. Mac Mall was 15 at the time, right? So that was like so inspirational. And being Kyrie was tied into everything, that there was a lot of shit moving in the Bay, way more than there is now, if that makes sense.
No, absolutely.
It was. That's facts.
Well, I was right there near Vallejo, and like when the Illegal Business album was coming out, man, there was posters and shit everywhere around Hercules, Pinot, Richmond, Vallejo, Fairfield. That shit was everywhere. And I think Dre was already locked up at the time, right, Gary? When Illegal Business came out, like Dre was already down at the time.
Dre was on the album
on Pimp Shit, dude. Yeah, on Pimp Shit, dude.
We was clapping it earlier.
That was the first on the phone rap ever from prison, was that record.
Oh man, hold on a minute.
We was just listening to
You know what though? I just want to acknowledge what you had said just a few moments ago, how Dre made everybody around him like you felt special
when you were around
like he made you feel good. And there's so many people I've met along my years in radio that would have a Mac Dre story or some like moment with him where like they felt like
he made you
they
feel
had a
good.
Connection with Mac Dre. And I don't know of any other artist really
that made you feel
the
like
Jacker was like that.
See, I never got to be around Jack. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm gonna pull that up real quick because I want y'all to hear what Gary was just talking about too. Because we played it when we were warming up earlier. It's right here. Here it is. Here y'all go. This shit is so hard.
And that's what I be sipping. Pocket so fat the motherfuckers got me limping. Cause the bitches wanna kick me down, lick me down. And always ask, would you dick me down? Straight chocolate with some sex and a dinner date. Fuck with Mac Dre, girl, you know you finna wait. Wait, bitch, until it's your turn. And get your ass on the track and show me how a hoe acts. D-O-L-L-A-R-S. Yeah.
Pimp shit, baby, coming straight from the crest. Suckers can't fuck with me, and you know that's right.
Bitches on my tip like lips on a glass pipe, like that on the savage stack. Hey, straight pimp shit when you're fucking with Mac Dre.
Just saying, man, when you fucking with Mac Dre,
Shit, bro.
and you know we lost him in 2004,
Right.
and you know it's been almost 20 years now, and like
Halloween.
with the exception, and honestly, Dre's in his own category. I mean, you know, I still think Tupac is often still mentioned and brought up on his impact. But
Right.
if you think about the Bay Area in Northern California, and to this day, to this moment, to this very like minute, like motherfuckers in the Bay, and really it's grown. It's not just, I don't want to just say it's just in the Bay, it's in the world, right? But we still love and hold down Mac Dre
Absolutely.
to this day.
It's
Absolutely.
multi-generational. Like it's very rare you have multi-generational, right? Like that's all I'm saying. Like kids in LA aren't on NWA. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They're not like,
Agreed.
oh, fucking MC Ren, bro. They're not on it. Like he's dope, but it doesn't have the same as in. I want to say this. This is what we used to pride ourselves out at this. Like we were like, yo, the fans got to feel like it's theirs, not
Right.
ours. And if we can make them believe it's theirs, no one can take it from them. And it's going to be the biggest thing they own, and they're going to show it to everyone. And that's what we always wanted to do. Like I remember when we switched from giving people the two fingers, what's up, you know, when people recognize us, to I'm telling Dre, like, bro, dude recognize you. He's like, no, I know, G, I gave him the two fingers. I said, no, that's cool. I said, that's
Yeah.
a cool Mac Dre story. Don't get me fucked up. But imagine you walking up to dude because he sees you and put your hand out and be like, how you doing, Mac Dre? So he was like, what? I was like, bro, let's start doing that. So we started doing that to people.
Yeah.
People would see, so he'd break the pack, walk right up to someone like, hey, how you doing, Mac Dre? He'd be like, come on, man. Whoa, my God.
People would lose their shit, I bet, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, just on something like, what's your name? What you do? Like, come on, man. You just, you know what I mean? Like, we was always like, oh, I work at Target. Oh, you the manager or something? Nah,
Yeah.
man, I just do. Come on, man. You know, it's always, you know, we players in the Bay. It's okay to give it up to someone. So what we like to do is find something good in somebody and shine it up. You know, I'm shine it up real quick, like Dre said, man. Hold on, dip in butter one time, man. It's okay. It's okay. And Dre always, that's something else about Dre, man. Like if you was coming, you had to be dipped. And Dre would go buy a box like of 50 brand new t-shirts for everyone if he had to. Like, nah, bro, everyone fuck that, bro. Fuck that.
Yeah.
And it's more of like, bro, we not finna, and that's why anytime we go anywhere, all the cars came out. Like we'd have $1 million of cars on the road back in 2000, driving,
Which is
city to
unheard
city
of
all
back
the-
Unheard
then.
of.
Yeah, right?
driving down, like pulling up in cities and pulling in the malls, driving around the malls, and people was like following us. Then we get out and walk through the malls on them. They'd be like, "Oh my God!"
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like this is the experience we created, and the reason like Jack is the same way, Fab's the same way. Like these are people like that get it, that already have a big personality. So
Right.
Dre was like always on that, like yo, Cuddy, they came to see us. It's our time to shine, you know what I mean? And so if you nervous, get away. And that's what Dre was always pumping people up. And he was a great talent seer. Like we found Justin Lomax early, D-Ray, my wife early, take him out. Like, dude, we had like a killer like cheat squad. Me sending everything to the radio. Like we was doing some shit.
Yeah,
But
it's
you know, the sad
it's
thing is Dre never even got a chance to see himself.
I know. I
blow
was
up.
just
Right.
gonna say that, how like it seemed like all the planets and all the stars and everything had aligned to the point where,
It was just about the
you know, where like those. I mean, Dre always had slaps and great records, right? But then when he started hitting with the Thizzle dance and with the Get Stupid and with Feeling Myself
right.
and since '84, like these records started to sound
Right.
like
The
the
ones.
whole world is gonna be on these records, you know, and
Especially with
it's-
Thizzle dance and Gary talking about Shock G and Humpty Hump, because when I listen to Thizzle dance, that's all you hear. And I've said that in multiple situations, not knowing the backstory. That's dope. That he
I mean,
had
But
to
Dre
do
was
like
smart.
that.
Like I feel like y'all probably, like you were saying, would sit around and strategize and come up and talk about, you know, if something's working or it's not, or you know, and something that I appreciated about Dre and Thizz and you, Gary, and just everybody was that, like, especially in the Bay, which is so multicultural. Like, you might be with the homies from the Crest, but then go down with all the essays in San Jose, and then all the white boys over there at Cal Berkeley, and like Dre and Thizz and all y'all like fucked with everybody.
No, but
and made music for everybody.
Yes.
You know, whereas like one party it might be, you know, at some hood jump off, and then the next night they're rocking a college party, and then the next night it's a low rider car show or something.
Right.
100%. Look what Thizz Latin has done. You feel me? One of the first outskirts off it. Look at Jay Stalin, one of the first that Dre made a CEO, and all those people are still killing it to this day.
Yeah,
man, it's just sad, bro. Like I said, Dre never got a chance to see himself blow up. Like we had a few offers on the table though, Zach. Like for real. Like at the time, I'm managing the whole label, right? So you know, I'm talking to different people. And Fab's album isn't even out yet. Son of a man, we just recording it. We're in the middle of, we're like, it's done, and we're mixing and mastering and getting ready to release it. Then and then Dre died, so we waited a few months, but we were about to release it. So we were about to jump with that whole thing. And I remember that. So we're getting some labels like talking, and Dre was like, "Nah, Cuddy, I need a label deal, bro. They just gave Cash Money $100 million, man. I need at least 20." Like he was like, I want to give everyone $1 million. You know what I mean? That was his thing. Like, I'm not doing it.
He was serious.
He was dead ass.
Yeah.
Right.
And he would have done it too, without hesitation.
Without.
Yeah. Oh, what could have been. But you know, we look back in the legacy that he's left, the music that he's left, the imprints and the friendships and the game and the staying solid. I mean, this man did almost 5 years in the federal penitentiary to make sure like he held his team down.
Right.
And like
the definition of solid.
The definition of solid is Mac Dre, right?
Right.
No hoe shit.
No hoe shit. Didn't do no gunner shit. You feel me?
And was just a visionary and an artist at the highest level. And
real genius. When they talk about rap geniuses, that's one of them.
Yeah. Well, and to hear the strategicness and how planned out it was, like that's the genius behind Dre too as well. Like, and that's just how smart he is, man. And that just speaks to like how well planned out he was, and that's dope. You know?
And he was humble, but at the same time, if you got out of pocket, he'll still fuck you up.
Yeah, he'll put them hands on you, boy. that boy had them hands.
He had some killers with him though, too. Though
at all times.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that was my ninja. Though.
Gary, we can't hear you, bro.
No, I think we're talking over him.
Nah, I don't think it's spitting out.
Oh yeah, no.
Tony Tech.
Even if you disconnect and come right back.
No, I thought I heard him, Mike.
There
it started to, maybe. It say it's muted. Yeah. Maybe not. You back? See, that's the thing. You know, we live on the internet. Sometimes the shit goes in, sometimes it goes out. We was having all kinds of shit problems with Rick Rock last week.
I know.
It was madness.
Then it just started working again.
You know what I'm saying? All right. Well, the audio.
Right.
What's that, Maintain?
That's the technology, man.
Yeah.
They work with you and against you sometimes.
Yeah, and I don't see it on my side, Gary. So
Gary, thumbs up. Can you hear us?
Yeah. G Arch, I'm gonna sign you off. If you can sign back on, do so. If not, we talk in a minute. Hold tight, all right, brother.
You, bro.
All right. Let's see if the big homie comes back on. It's just, you know, to think about, like, to be there when Thizz is coming together and to hear him talk about how they were strategizing about that, which is smart because, you know, all right.
There he is.
Let's see if we back. Let's see, are we back? Are we back in business? I think I can
hear me now.
Yeah. There we go.
He is. Yeah.
They just released.
I just want to tell everyone like a crazy story that I'm sure no one's heard, like unless you really were inside it.
We're listening. We're ready.
Everyone remembers Trill TV, right? So Trill TV comes out, right? So that had something major to do with our success. Trill TV was like monstrous, right? And during that time, Dre started to realize, he said, man, these kids are fucking fizzing out their mind. they're going crazy, bro. We gotta tell them it ain't cool to do that like that. So Dre in the beginning of Trill TV 2 was gonna have like it was gonna be a presidential debate. Thizzelle Washington and Ronald Reagan was gonna be the beginning of it. Like they're both running for president.
Oh my
Wow.
goodness.
Now, and then Ronald Reagan's what? The war on drugs, right?
Yeah.
So
Right.
now
Right.
so Ronald Reagan, bro, when Thizzelle, like, dude, this was actually gonna be set up where Thizzelle Washington was gonna be doing a speech and Ronald Reagan was gonna assassinate him.
Oh,
Wow.
I was gonna have this poster up while they was doing that too,
Wow.
man.
How crazy is that?
That's
fucking
hard, bro.
crazy.
He,
Oh, man,
he
I
was
got
he was
back
gonna
this.
say, "Hold on, kids, it's time to get our life together. We gotta get our businesses and you know what I mean, to turn it up a notch, guy. Like it's time to
Right.
fucking what?
That's
Party
But he
time is
hard,
over."
bro.
But he never got to make
Super
it.
hard.
Oh, that'd have been hard as fuck.
I got Trill
Now the
TV under
world
here
knows.
too. That's a
Thank
classic,
you,
man.
Gary.
That's
That
like
was a
a
special story, bro.
man. I couldn't have imagined what that would have been like.
That would have been crazy.
You know what I mean? And then you would have seen, you know, the Hawaii footage and all that just on Chill TV 2 and all that stuff, right? And
I
then
was
that
watching a
gonna be
few
the introduction to
documentaries.
everyone else.
I saw a few clips of some of the Hawaii footage when he
Yeah.
was out there. They was
Yeah.
riding the little mopeds
Mopeds,
around. He
yeah.
had the little Hawaii hat, his dreads hanging, the Hawaii shirts and shit. He was talking about we in a 1-star motel tonight, but we about to go upgrade. It was great,
That shit
man.
was
We
funny.
upgrade.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
that's-
Hey, shout out to
Just,
Drake's One too, man, because he just did like a 30-minute thing on YouTube. He just put it out this week on like the history of Mac
word.
Dre, and it's fantastic, man. I just watched it earlier, so y'all definitely
Man,
want to check that
Drex
out.
One has been doing some serious dope Bay Area history shit.
For
bro.
real,
Like,
man. Salute to that man right there. You know, he's a dope
Salute.
artist, but just what he's doing for the culture and even just for the graffiti culture and for the Bay and the different groups and the labels and producers and behind the scenes players and record execs and just
Right.
the whole shit, man. I haven't seen anybody really deep dive like he has been doing with such like authenticity and integrity, and you could tell he gives a fuck about this shit. You know what I'm saying?
He,
Turns it up
he
every
gives a
episode.
fuck, and you know, and that's and as he was, you know, and he's like you said, he's a real graffiti artist, right? And he's
Yeah.
really from the, you know, and he's from San Francisco turf, from Lakeview, so like he loves Bay Area rap too, right? So he's like,
Right.
I'm just like you know, like Bay Area hip hop history is unlike any other place. I think, like literally,
Exactly.
like the types of cultures that were able to live and still live in the Bay Area is just out of here. From graffiti to break-in to backpack rap to hyphy
Yeah.
rap to right now to murder rap, just everything, and it's still the place for all of it. Like we
Right.
don't throw none of it away. We're gangster with it. We're like, hold on, if you do it good, we fuck with you. You know what I mean? We don't we don't want you just starting some old shit. But if you dope on some old shit, like you know how to strut some old,
Right.
oh let me see, oh he okay, and motherfucker
Wow.
give it up. Like we
Uh,
wanted him.
Absolutely.
We fuck with you.
So y'all
We
can
wanna
check
hear,
my,
man.
my dude Gary every. So it's Monday night at 6:00 that you do the Power Hour, right? Is that's every Monday that you do that on Instagram?
Mondays, yeah, 6 to 7, the Power Hour, fastest hour in radio. It's probably the
Yep.
greatest hour entertainment on the planet. All I do is break records and put my fingerprint on shit I believe in. Like to be early, you know, like every week I might play a couple records that I played before because I'm trying to, you know, just drive it home. But I'm just really trying to bring new sounds that I find and use my reputation
Yeah.
and not let genres get in the way, right? Like I always say, man, anywhere from rock, rap, reggae, and R&B, I'm playing it. You know, like if I like it, I'm busting it. It could be country. If it's dope, and I hear you on Clubhouse or somewhere, I meet you somewhere,
Yep.
I'm on it. Like I met this dude named Space Rock. He's this homeless black dude, rock star out of Oakland, bro. I meet him and he's playing his guitar, bro. And I'm like, bro, you got a song? He sent it to me, bro. I be banging that shit, like banging it.
Yeah.
I be go crazy. And I got people all over the country be on my shit, like, bro, they following them now, buying this shit, and you know what I mean? It's about like you used to do this too, Zach. Like when you was Boots, like you was like, bro, I'm not gonna be this and not use it.
Absolutely.
Like it make no sense, right? And too many people got into the music game because they was dope fiends like me. I'm a dope fiend with the music, and
Yeah,
then a
I
lot of
relate.
people, a lot of people got clean, and they still want to be in the music business and scared of dope now. So it has to have numbers and real bodies to approach it. Be you know they don't understand about the pride that in me, I have pride in bringing something first on earth to somewhere, right? I just really do. I get excited about it,
Nah,
and
I
and
feel
and
you.
that's why Dre, Dre let me do me, and made me excited, and Fab too, and Jack and all these incredible people, and it's about they love us. It's just the people in charge don't. So like that's what I learned. People in charge are always wrong, and they were all wrong about Mac Dre. We only got to do 4 fucking radio interviews in our life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the biggest station on the planet, the biggest radio host on the planet said no. He went home, and that's how Shorty got the fucking interview.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got an interview up in Sacramento, and then Hawaii, and up in Portland. Like, and that's what I'm saying with Dre, and he dies, and everyone acts like they fucking loved him. Like it
Yep.
was a bittersweet moment for all of us, because these are the same people I'm begging to pay attention to what's going on. Because there was no internet. Like if there was internet, they would have seen it and been like, oh
Oh
my
yeah,
god,
for sure.
what the fuck,
Well, and
right?
even like what y'all was doing with like Trill TV and shit, like nobody, like that was like doing like blogs and like like little reels and shit before like the internet, and before nobody got like that behind the scenes kind of look to see how somebody really was and just the character and how they interacted
we knew it was so important to our music, early on as we talked about it. We're the movie, and for our music to make sense, that's the soundtrack. So if they love the movie,
right.
the soundtrack could just be mediocre. Now, if it's dope, it's gonna live forever. You know what I mean? And that's what we wanted them to understand. Like, there's more than just the 3 minutes of the music, right? It's like, yo, the preparation, what went into making the song, who was in the room, like all these things. You know what I mean? Like I thought it was important for Trill TV for everyone to see that girl crying like when they seen Dre, like, oh my God, that's Mac Dre. And that's the effect he had on people, man. He made you feel incredible. I was truly blessed to be a part of it.
That's
Truly
dope.
I appreciate you sharing all that, G.
Yeah, that's
Fresno's
fine.
still going crazy for Mac Dre to this day. I was there about
Man,
a couple of weeks ago, and they had a DJ set. The line was around the club the whole time, bro.
It's like that everywhere around here now, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
I remember when
That's a fact.
when Drake wanted to do the Motto song, man, and he, D-Ray's real close with Drake, like since he was coming up, and Drake was telling D-Ray, like, man, before he even did anything, he was like, before his album even came out, he was on tour with Lil Wayne singing Mrs. Officer. That's when she met Drake, and Drake was like, oh my God, you're fucking D-Ray from Thizz, Mac Dre. And she was like, man, that was one of the first fucking tapes I ever had growing up, right? And he's like, no way. And then a few years later, he's like, man, I want to do a song like representing the Bay. You think you could get Mac Dre Mama in the video?
Yeah.
Like, it's like
That's
people
dope.
from the Bay were mad about that, right? But to know the history and be like, nah, like even like
But he was paying homage, right? He was saluting and paying respect.
The Bay Area,
Right.
back to what I said, the Bay Area, they had ownership. So like, nah, fuck that, right? So I'm just saying the way we feel. So
Right.
yeah, I understood because I know the history, right? Just like anywhere we go and meet anyone from Jay-Z to Scarface to anyone's like, Mac Dre's a god. Like they all know that what he was able to capture with no radio, no TV, nothing, and they're like, bro, it's impossible, right? They just know because they felt him where they were at.
Yeah, no, that's
You know
real
what I mean?
shit,
So-
man.
That was my
Thank God.
guy.
That's fantastic.
I
I told y'all on the Drake
appreciate
episode that
everyone,
he
man.
really fucked with Dre like that. I told y'all when I first heard
absolutely.
it.
That's what it is. Hey, Gary, man, I'm going to play some music from Maintain real quick, man. I'm going to get at you in just a minute. I just appreciate you taking a moment to check in with us and just share a little insight and a little game and just some of your history with Mac Dre, man. I salute you and Thizz and everybody and just the incredible work you've done for so long and just your integrity and just appreciate you, brother. And we're going to keep riding for you out here and riding for Dre. And that's what it is, man. We'll talk to you in a minute, okay, brother?
So next time we checking in.
That's what's up.
I've been rapping forever, yeah.
Domino.
I've been rapping for hella years, smoking for hella years. Day one still here. Crystal clear. Hey, dudes, hella years. Hit gas switch kid. I've been rapping for hella years.
Domino.
You know we rock stars too. We like a Louis guitar strap. Lord, take these haters and get Mac Dre back. But it ain't that easy. Like walking in the store for some woods and some Hennessy. Privilege to be exact. I go dumb
on the track every time I attack. Like one for the Mac, rest in peace, Mac Dre. You know we miss you every day, you know that shit ain't gon' change. And you tatted on my legs, so I'm grinding harder every day. Same way you was grinding the V-Doors, still an all-out war with these cops outdoors. You see how they do us on camera, get the trippin', bad treatment. Then they'll pop your ass and give a fuck if it's a white or a black cop. I'm just trying to master the art of communication. Forever paper chasing. I'm just trying to shake the world, my herb, no destination. I got Mac Dre playing. I'm just trying to master the art of communication. Forever paper chasing. I'm just trying to shake the world, my herb, no destination. I got Mac Dre playing. I'm from Sacramento where we rock to our own tempo. Same city that violated SIBO. For some lyrics, can I say it any clearer? Same city where they killed Stephon for a cell phone. That shit don't make no sense, bro.
Special bulletin. I'm your president, Ronald Reagan.
I'm just trying to master the art of communication. Long live firm. I'm just trying to shake the world, my herb, no destination. I got Mac Dre playing.
You guys out there, step it up. You know what this means? Turn it up a notch. All you punks that think you can do it, and there ain't no way to get the fuck out of the rest of the world, man. It's over with.
Long live firm. I'm just trying to shake the world, my herb, no destination. I got Mac Dre playing. I'm just trying to master the art of communication. Forever paper chasing. I'm just trying to shake the world, my herb, no destination. I got Mac Dre playing. I'm solo.
Domino.
Brand new music from Maintain and Domino right there. Come on, man.
Yay. Rest in peace, Mac Dre, man.
Come
His
on,
influence
man.
is so
Bro,
huge
that
on me,
shit,
man.
that shit sounded great, dude. I love that beat that Domino made right there too,
The
man.
Domino's
fucking
going
guitar
crazy,
strings, bro.
Yeah, man.
Domino fucking, bro.
Domino was like, we got to bring some heat.
He just
Just
He said that was
fucking
his
slap me with the fucking
he had a mix
guitar
of On the
strings.
Run and Feeling Myself was his inspiration.
I was feeling
wow.
that. I'm feeling myself. I got my Hella Years sweatshirt on right here.
Hella Years.
Y'all can go on to hellayears.com and get yourself.
Yeah, go get
Hey,
some
hold
of
on,
that
Maintain. Let me
merch.
see that sweatshirt that you got on right there, man.
Is that dope?
Oh man, look at that right
What's that?
there. Look at
What's
that
that?
art right there.
Oh,
Look at
that's
that Mac
fly.
Dre, man.
Oh,
Come
that's
on, man.
fly.
You see the
That's
Coog?
fly.
You see the 99
fly.
South Sea? One thing
Yeah,
that was
man.
super dope about Dre, like Gary was saying, wherever he touched, he showed real love. And Dre
Yeah, that's
really
yeah.
lived in
bro.
Sacramento and really loved us like home. You feel me? So
Nah, we're gonna have to get into that. I'm gonna go to you first, Filet, on like how you met Dre, spent time with Dre, and then I'll share a little story for myself. But you got some time with the legend.
Yeah, a couple times. You know what I'm saying? Like, where should we start?
Just when you met him.
All right, well, Sacramento at the Bomb.
Yep.
We were working in radio, of course.
Yes, we were.
You know what I mean? The if you've been to the infamous 103.5 The Bomb back in the day in Old Sac, you knew there was this door.
Yeah.
The infamous door. There was this buzzer.
Yeah.
This
I remember one time the RZA buzzed that buzzer. It was like, Boots there? And I was like, who's this? This is the RZA. Come again?
right.
So what happened?
So I got an
Yeah.
and it was like, I'm like, yo, what's up? Yo, it's Mac Dre. And being the young,
The young Thundercat?
young Thundercat, young DJ Filet back then.
Yeah.
I'm like, Mac Dre.
For real?
Hold on. Mac Dre. Yeah, Mac Dre. I got my new single with me. What? Got your new single? Well, hold on a second. Well, get your ass up here. Come up here, right? Comes up there with his brand new single. Brings this up here. Fire.
Off that Rapper Gone Bad.
Rapper going bad.
Shortly after he had gotten out of his bid with the feds.
With the feds, did his bid, and bro, the nicest guy ever. And I'm a young Thundercat in the game of music. trying to make my mark.
That's right.
So I'm grinding.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Doing my thing on the radio.
Yep.
Brings me a, so I'm doing my thing like, oh shit, he working a single to me.
Yes, sir.
So I'm like, oh shit. So I make the call to Big Bro.
Yes, sir.
And y'all don't know who Big Bro is. That's
E-Bro.
E-Bro. Like, hey, Mac Dre don't brought a single up here.
Yeah.
He's like, well, is it fire?
It actually is. Yeah.
The name of the song is Fire, right?
So look, so you get the thumbs up to play it.
Right.
And then we get to do the interview with him too.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? And when Dre first meets me, he said, "You're corny." And he later told me, he's like, "I thought you was whack when I first met you." I was like, "Who's this white boy?" Right?
True.
And I was like, "Hold on, Dre, I'm a fan, man. I take this back to Young Black Brother, man. I'm in motion." Then I started rapping. I'm in motion to him. And he was like, "Oh, shit."
This is real.
And I had some weed.
Right.
Right.
So it was like, all right, well, then I'll give you a shot.
Right.
And then we start connecting on music.
Right. And then, but we start talking about, the single. And it's, trying to really blow this thing up.
Yeah.
And take him to the next level. Which at the time, like, Big Lurch on the hook.
Yeah.
This is
Great timing.
Like Domino saying, this is his favorite Mac Dre song.
Oh, man.
Early.
So,
what's funny? My Mac Dre moments are all like 7 degrees of separation. So, I knew California living a little bit and whatnot. But that story Boost just told about meeting Dre, I come to his apartment either that night or later on. He played his shit for me. So instant Dre fan, right?
Yeah.
And Dre was a fan of the people. So, he fuck with motherfuckers. So there's stories like Lito just smoking with him random in the back of the S500 off of Florin Road, right off of the 99. Or my cousin lived in the same apartments as him, in Greenhaven by the lake type shit. And Dre was cool, man. Just a really, really good dude, man.
He was.
Bro used to come over to the apartment.
Yeah.
And smoke L backwards.
Backwards. Fat ones.
Only backwards.
And the wheels in the back, we started off in the Range Rover.
Yeah.
The burnt orange one. If y'all really know Dre.
Yeah. I remember when he got the S550.
Exactly.
Right? And one night, me and him and Molly Mall rode out to Frisco.
And if you really know Molly Mall.
Yeah, Molly Mall and Dre used to fuck with each other. Tough.
Sac. Molly Mall started off in Sac. If y'all really know Molly Mall.
That was our home.
Molly Mall produced the motto, the Drake record.
He started off in Sac.
Yeah.
And that's our nigga too. And
yeah, he used to pick up Dre. They come over.
He started off in Sac.
And then we go to Brandon's or wherever.
You feel me?
And then the homie Nucci was always around Who You With Entertainment and would have Dre and they'd be cooking food up and shit and throwing parties and shit. And then Dre moved out to Sacramento.
Right.
In like 2000 or 2001, I think. And then he did an album with this dude, this producer named Big Hollis. And Big Hollis was like always shot his projects to us over at the Bomb. Right. And then actually Goldie is on the first song, Shaking the Feds, on that Big Hollis project. And so like Dre, yes, he's Vallejo. Yes, he's Crestside. Yes, he's the Bay. But he had a chunk of time in Sacramento.
But by that time, I moved out to Portland.
Correct.
And was here.
Right. But before he gets out to Portland, and I'm going to hand off to you in this one, because then we're going to get to how he gets to the Thizzle dance and works with Psycho and everybody, right? But so he's spending all this time in Sacramento.
Right.
We were playing the Fire record. Then he comes and he shoots me Bleezy's and Heem. Bleezy's and Heem, you know what I mean? Yeah. So we start working that record. And then I started talking about that record to like on the conference calls and in the music magazines and shit. And I was trying to help get that shit going because Dre was a cool. He made you feel like like you're special. You're cool. I fuck with you. Like let's make this shit happen. I got you. And he'd come up to the radio station. We go to the nightclubs. He'd come over to the apartment. We smoke backwoods. Molly Mall come pick us up. We go do something, smashing around. And Dre was like a real dude, and he was my friend. And I know he was your friend as well.
Exactly.
And then he started coming out to Portland. Dre had like women in different cities.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like Beezy song, city to city. You know what I'm saying? So I think he had a little Beezy or something out here in Portland.
Yes. And so at this point, I'm living here, and I'm moving mean in the streets of Portland at this time. And so my homie Don Juan,
The Whistler.
shout out to Don Juan. And at this time, Don Juan was moving mean. You feel
Shout out
me?
something terrible.
You know what I'm saying? And Don Juan, like, you know, had the at that time the Champelli of the Northwest. You know what I'm saying?
Fire.
Shout out Champelli, he out there killing them too.
And shout out to my guy Dana Dane, because this the land of the two ways. I ran into my nigga Dre at Galore Paging
Okay.
on MLK. Out of all motherfucking places. We crossed paths. He like, my nigga Filet, Dre, nigga, what's happening? Boom, boom, boom. Get numbers, boom. He out here, he had knocked the little, you know, female friend.
Okay.
A little lawyer thing out here. He was recording with Psych. You feel me? Doing this.
Rest in peace, Psycho.
Yeah, rest in peace, my nigga Psych. You know what I'm saying? And we linked out here. And so it was, you know, it was love.
And then Dre was out here a lot and making music, y'all.
Making a lot of music.
Making something real, real special, y'all. If y'all don't know,
I tell him like this. Syke said he was gonna trash the beat. Dre heard it like, don't do that.
don't do that.
Don't do that.
This beat was produced right here in Portland, Oregon. From the homie Psycho. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Psycho. Hey.
First, I do like this. Then put a look on my face like I smell some piss. Bounce to the beat till it start to hurt. Then I dust all the smirk off me shirt. Dip to the ground as I catch the bass. Then I wipe all the sweat off me face. Hop back up, then I start to slide. Hopping my collar as I glide. Then I break the thing down and do the bird. Dust myself off like I just told third. Come on everybody, now's the chance. The Harlem Shake is the Thizzle dance.
Bro.
Fizz dance.
Why does your body just move?
Fizz dance. Can you do the Thizzle dance? Fizz dance.
Yeah, I'm on. Shout out to something terrible. Sacramento.
Can you do the Thizzle dance?
I mean, god damn.
Bro, this is my shit.
Break.
Fuck. Bro.
Start the shit.
He at the whole motherfucking West Coast acting the fuck up with this
That
song.
may be the only record of its kind like that.
Period.
Bro.
That
right
makes
now,
you
Nothing
that
else
makes
feels
you
like
feel
that.
like
Bro, grandma's a motherfucking sorry right now. Grandma's will pull a titty out right now to this song.
I feel like he said he was gonna say something felonious tonight for sure.
yeah, that was it. Grandmas
That was
will
his goal.
pull their titties out to that song. That's what Filet is talking about.
That's all I'm saying, bro. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Grandma's will pull their
Right on,
titties
man.
out to their song.
And it's countless records that he does that to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All
Bro.
types of records.
I'm sorry, bro,
God
but they
damn.
will. Fuck.
They gonna do it? You gonna yank it out? It's gonna fall
What?
off the side for you. He's still over there still talking about grandma's titties falling out, bro. You
Oh
missed
man,
it.
he keeps thinking about titties.
He's still on it. He said they will. Still
So
fall
Dre
out.
actually worked with Psycho. They do that record and
Yeah.
other records and whatnot. And again, Psycho lost him several years ago to just a tragedy.
Tragic accident, bro.
Yeah, man, that's
bro.
just-
It was really sad.
You know, and I know Nonstop fucked with him tough.
Yeah,
that was
tough.
his road dog
Yeah,
too,
bro.
and I know he was fucked up over that. So you know,
A lot
and-
of people in the area were. A lot of people fuck.
yeah,
with Psych
out
Tough.
here in
It's
Portland.
and Seattle
Yep.
area. So you know,
You know, and I was telling Filet, you didn't remember this, but look. So
Oh.
after Mark Adams left Jammin', I got to be the program director for a few months while we were on our way out until we got sold. And during that time, I didn't give a fuck.
I remember that part.
And I brought Psycho up to the radio station during the midday, and we just kicked it on the radio and played his beats and played Thizz Dance and all that shit. And he was like, man, I wish this shit would have happened so long ago. I was like, man, like Gary was saying, like those motherfuckers in control don't necessarily want you to get to do that just because that shit is hot and it feels good. If it's not researched and it's not like
Right.
from a major record label, it can't just be dope.
Right, and that was dope.
Oh, man.
That felt good.
That felt good. There's so much about Mac Dre that feels good.
Well, and he he was a person when you were around him, he made you feel good. Like, just like Gary said, he made you feel part of the crew. He made you, like, when you, a person of his stature, because I've hung around, and you have too, Boots. I've hung around a lot of, not to toot my own horn.
You know, I know what you mean, though.
I've hung around a lot of famous people, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Like, and not to say fucking whatever, right?
Nah, but we had a good 10-year run where this was like a weekly thing. Like somebody's fucking with us every week in town,
right.
and
We're being around them, right?
Yeah.
And some of those motherfuckers are just, you know, like, I can't get away from this motherfucker fast enough. You know what I mean? Like, just no matter. But sometimes you just gotta be around them just because of the situation or whatever the fuck's going on. But then being around a person like Dre, like, you want to hang out with this motherfucker till like 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, just because of how he makes you fucking feel. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's just those type of people you just want to fucking be around. Period.
Yeah, it was like maybe September, October of 04, and Nucci was out here with Dre, out here in Portland. They hit me up, and they're like, come through the hotel. They over there, and Dre just record music wherever. On the laptop with the little Pro Tools setup, they in there, got some beats. He's working, right? And, you know, it was all love, and we talking about how things were going in Portland. Like I said, I spent a lot of time with Dre in Sacramento, and then once I came out here, you know, our paths would cross every few months, but it wasn't as much as it was happening in Sacramento. But again, Dre always showed love, always would reach out. And what's going on? How are things? What do you need? This what I'm working, all this good stuff, right? And we had planned to have him come out here in November of 04, and we were doing these mixtapes.
We were going to
do a Friday night party at this spot called Hot Shots
in Vancouver.
It was going to be my birthday too.
That's right.
We were going to have a birthday party and shit, and it was that Tuesday, that Halloween, that Dre lost his life in Kansas City. You remember that?
Yeah, man. We got that fucking call.
Early in the morning, right?
It's from your cousin, right?
Big Dutch.
Big Dutch. I'll never forget that call, bro. It came really early in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was probably one of the worst days of my life, because that was a person that I had a real personal connection with. We had a real personal connection with. We were living together at the time.
Mm-hmm.
We were roommates. We were young hyenas. Just hip hop, loving music, living music, traveling. Created a mixtape, created a party. Just doing us. I remember you walking into my bedroom, like, wake up. Dre dead. And I was just like, what the fuck are you talking about? He was like, Mac Dre is dead, bro. He just got killed in Kansas City. Dutch just called me. And I woke up and we were just sitting there. We just rolled up. And we just fucking blew. Like all fucking day. And we just couldn't fucking believe it. And then after that, like, all the information came out.
Yeah.
Like, that's when, like, it all started rolling out. And then, like, but we were just sitting there, like, because it was just several, because it was like, then we understood, like, why Dutch was like, I want to make sure you guys knew this, like, information first. Because it was just, like, several, like, all these other stories start coming out about, like, how he got killed, what happened, da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and it was just like, what's what? But then, like, you know, now when I'm sitting, like, literally, like, right now, at this moment, at this time, like, I literally understand now why Dutch was like, I want to be like, okay, I want to make sure you guys understand why.
Well, because he fucked with him, too.
I know. And so I wonder, he's like, I understand why you guys, I want to make sure you guys know this now. because there were so many different versions of his death that came after
rumors,
that.
Bro.
Yeah,
They just had
instant
rumors
rumors.
like 6 months before,
Bro.
saying that, you know, what I
Bro,
mean?
but it was just know that them Maintain. It was crazy, bro. Like I'm telling you, we were sitting in the house, bro. Like we had got the call. Like I'm telling you, it was like 5, 6 in the morning. We're just sitting there blowing, bro. Like it's just in shock, state of fucking shock, my G. I'm telling you, and then like and this is like literally like this is like premature internet, so it really wasn't like social media platforms.
Yeah,
like,
there was no iPhones. There was nobody. It was like MySpace. And shit, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like that shit was just all over.
Right.
We piecing together information and shit.
Exactly. So
and I think about how like sad we were, right? As just a friend and somebody that we knew was on the cusp of like. And we've been watching and rocking with him the last few years since he had gotten out doing his time, and knowing just the energy and the love this guy had for rap music and for the Bay and for just his art. And I think of how many people were just crushed by that news and just, you know what I mean? We're just friends over a couple of years, but you think of the impact that man had on so many people. For somebody, right? Somebody like Gary or all the people in Thizz or just everybody from the Crest or just so many people were touched like by Mac Dre and his love and his kindness and just him and his player and just his style and his his flow, his rap, just everything about dude.
His energy, bro.
He was one of them dudes, and that's why he had that success, and that's why he's still loved like this to this day, because that energy that he gave, like Gary was saying, like he walk up to people and just have a conversation.
Yeah, he would.
And make you feel cool. And like when he literally told me, dude, I thought you was corny as fuck when I met you.
That's a fucking
authentic
fact.
people gonna do that, man.
You know what I mean? I was like, damn. He's like, I mean, what'd you expect, dude? This white boy up here at the radio station. You know, what
think
you
about his
think?
history with radio at that point. They ain't never showed him no love.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna say something I probably ain't told people. He had made fun of me for having overalls on one time. I was looking, I got like a picture with E40 and I'm wearing overalls and shit.
Hold on a
second.
second. I think I got that picture.
Dre was like, I'm just saying, bro, no grown-ups wear overalls, bro. It was just something funny, it was like.
But hold on a second. I think there may be some pictures out there with him wearing overalls.
So yeah.
You know what I mean?
So there, Furl. That shit was funny as fuck.
But
man. You said you can't have nobody bummy with me. He meant
yes, I guess that's what it is, man. He just don't put on the overalls around Dre, man.
It's just some real shit, bro. You know what I mean? So, but it's, but that's just how we moved back then. And it's like, fuck, man. We was just some really young Thundercats, some really young hyenas, bro. And how we were moving. And like, when you look back at it now as, just some older polar bears.
Hibernating
now, just with our glasses on the tip of our nose, just in our rocking chairs, like,
young buckaroo.
But yeah, and just kind of like how we were moving, bro, and just like the things we were touching, and like that part, like that was fucking crazy, bro.
Well, I think Dre is like one of those dudes you could just sit and we could just all hang out one night and just eat and drink and talk, and the whole night could be about sharing our thoughts on him.
Right. That's
and
a fact.
The music that he's made, the energy that he brought to the world, the time we got to be around him, his impact, his ongoing legacy, what he's done for hip hop, and just how everybody is catching up. And
just even Gary giving us just like that insight, like for me, is like confirmation of like what I already thought what he was doing, but of just the confirmation of him really being that smart, of like, damn, he really was that smart to have a strategic plan of like, I'm gonna come up with these themed albums.
Yeah.
Of not just themed albums, but I'm gonna come up with the whole alter ego.
Well, he said he used to spend time when he was down, like researching and learning and like educating himself on a lot of business shit and just a lot of strategizing and thinking about, because he went in with the buzz, right? And
Mac Wanda said that a lot. He would call her from prison and just be like, "Mom, we got to do this, we got to do that," and setting the things up. You know, shout out Mac Wanda. I know we spoke about her a little bit earlier, but for surely, thank you for blessing the world with that energy. Yeah, man. So again, we could do a whole month. We could do a whole year just episodes on Mac Dre. He was a great dude. He was fun to be around. He made you feel cool. He had great music. He had great energy. You can revisit, you know, all of his incredible work, any of your streaming platforms. I wish there was more stuff on him on YouTube, because there you know, some of the video footage, there's not much. Trill TV is a great place to start if you've never seen it. I actually have a copy of it here in the man cave. I might have to I might have to bust that out. There is at least one really good documentary out there that I've seen.
Yeah, I've seen a couple. And like I said, Dregs One just put a nice little history lesson on it. It's about 30 minutes. He just put that up on YouTube this week. So I invite you to go check that out.
Let's throw that link on the helloyears.com so they can just
we'll do that. We'll put that in the show notes. I always hear people say that. You can look down below in the show notes. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Please subscribe.
I know people we want subscribers, of course, but I don't really like when people are like, don't forget to hit the bell, and we know what to do.
That's exactly when I don't hit the bell.
Yeah, fuck your bell. Fuck your list, fuck your shoes, and fuck your bell.
Whatever, bro.
All right, man.
Whatever.
We'll wrap it up. We'll go around the table real quick. Filet, closing thoughts for the night, brother.
Nothing, man. I'm just refocusing, bro. Refocus is my word of the week. Refocus.
I can dig it. Maintain. Closing thoughts on Mac Dre.
Stay in motion, man. That's what you got to do with whatever you're doing. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. Really go catch up on Dre. That's all I'm doing is quoting him right now, man. It's a lot of great game, good times, real music. And he really is an example of somebody that put on for the people around him. Rest in peace, Dre.
Rest in peace, bro.
Yeah.
Man, what a good dude. Again, just go listen to some Mac Dre and enjoy him. Whether you start at the beginning, you know, you do some California Living, you go with some I'm in Motion, or you jump ahead a few albums and you do some Fire, you hit him with some Get Stupid. It don't matter.
Maybe you just start at the Thizzle Dance.
Start at the Thizzle Dance. Start at Since 84. It don't matter, man. I know we always say rest in peace, but I like how I say TIP with Thizz in peace.
For sure, Thizz in peace.
Yes.
Mac Dre, man. 1970 to 2004, Andre Hicks, man. We'll see y'all next week. Hella Years Podcast. We appreciate y'all riding with us. It's all love. Hip hop is health.